Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of CS Cyber. I'm Chad.
I'm Sean.
And today we're on episode 7 of Cyber Ready Ohio, and we're continuing our conversation about House Bill 96. So today we're talking about probably what most people are most interested in, right, in the incident reporting. So
Yeah, it goes into effect September 30th.
Right. So HB 96 requires political subdivisions to report incidents. So I just wanted to kind of read the exact language from the bill, and we'll kind of start there.
Sounds good.
A political subdivision that experiences a cybersecurity incident shall report the incident to the Ohio Cybersecurity Center in a manner prescribed by the Chief Information Security Officer of the state. The report shall include a description of the incident and any other information requested by the CISO. So what does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean? So I guess we have to peel apart what an incident is, right? Probably.
Yeah, let's start there.
Well, so the Ohio, it's the OCIC, right? The Ohio Cyber Integration Center, I think is what it's called. So OCIC gets notified first, and then you have 30 days to notify the auditor of state, right?
Right. So a reportable incident, right? Is that any blip on the cyber radar or?
So, there's some opinion out there. If you want my personal opinion was I think the state should have just said, just report it all and let the state figure it out. But that's not how they want to do it. So now, they're saying there has to be a substantial loss of confidentiality, integrity, or availability to your systems or network. So more words that we have to translate. So what is substantial?
Ransomware.
Okay. Yeah, that would definitely, I think that's actually called out as you need to call us for that one.
Right.
But there's a number of things, right? So what if somebody just clicks on something and they put in their credentials? Do we have to report that?
I don't think we report that. But if that does turn into like a compromised account or some sort of unauthorized access, then that would be reportable.
Yeah.
Kind of the way I understand it.
Serious impact on safety, resiliency, or operations of critical systems. So maybe your water wastewater plant gets impacted. Maybe your police department or fire department. A disruption of your ability to perform business functions, deliver services, or maintain continuity. Your courts. You can no longer have court. Yes, you have to report.
I think that one's really good, right? So if an incident occurs, any cyber incident occurs that disrupts the business or impairs your ability to take water payments or have people log onto your website, I think that, in my mind, that's a reportable incident.
Sure, absolutely. So. And then, you've got things like business email compromise, so you didn't have MFA on an account gets taken over. There's some discussion out there, and do we need to report that? I would just say, if in doubt, report. That's probably going to be the best thing. The state's really interested in statistics at this point, so that would probably be really helpful to them. And then the second thing is, just erring on the side of caution.
Right. So, but mere threats of disruption or extortion aren't really reportable, right? So an action has to occur and something.
Correct. Again, it's going to be really difficult because one would say, well, Sean, I don't want to report unless I absolutely have to because I'm going to call attention to myself. Well, then if that's your answer, I just certainly hope that you're in compliance because that could bring attention.
Right. And
somebody could start asking questions, right? But
right. Well, so that kind of brings up, how to prepare, right? That's kind of the next thing we want to talk about. So, if you want to prepare, listen to all the other episodes that we've done that kind of talks through what you need to do, how the House bill is set up, things like that. But just having a template ready that you can pull out and use for reporting is really going to streamline a lot of this, right? If you're trying to build a new report and figure this out every single time, it's going to take you a while.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. We've got some stuff like, what was the date and time of discovery? If you've got screenshots or, you've taken pictures of it, what type of issue was it? Was it ransomware, unauthorized access, some type of, your court system got taken down? What systems or data was affected? And then, what steps have you taken to respond or contain to the incident?
Right. So, just some action steps, right? So some takeaways here is who in your organization is the first point of contact if an incident's suspected, right? So that goes back to your incident response plan, training your users on who to contact, how to report an incident, things like that. Who has the responsibility and authority to file a report with the state of Ohio, right? Is that going to be the IT director? Is that going to be an assistant city manager? Like, who's going to be that interface?
Right.
And how will leadership be kept informed while reporting requirements are being met, right? So,
Yep, absolutely.
things like that. So,
Yeah, I think this should be part of your, incident reporting process, maybe in your incident response plan, maybe something you should be working out in your tabletop exercises as well.
yeah, absolutely. I think it's something that we definitely got to prepare for and have a process around, or it's going to be nobody knows what to do, so nobody did anything.
That's correct. That can happen.
All right. You got anything else to throw in about that?
No, this is new, right? So this is going to be a new process. Again, the state's interested in statistics. The state is also interested in the interconnectivity risk. So, inside the state of Ohio, which I'm sure is no different than any other state or local government in the United States, there's a lot of interconnectivity between, other law enforcement or other local governments and systems. So, there's the state's trying to mitigate some risk there by understanding, where they've got some vulnerabilities in being connected like that. But of course, they're also trying to. I alluded to it earlier. This notification piece could motivate organizations to do the right thing because they want to be in compliance with the law for sure, but they also don't want to be put in that situation of having to do a report because they don't want to. If they weren't doing anything or they haven't been doing the right things, they certainly don't want to call attention to it.
Right. So.
All right.
So next week we're going to be talking about how to effectively work with MSPs and IT vendors to meet the requirements in House Bill 96.
Yeah, that should be a good one. All right.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Yep. See you on the next one.